Hey guys, RIOT Podcast here, wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
Wrong podcast. Wrong time.
Okay. RIOT Podcast here, wishing you a happy day after Valentine's Day.
And a weekend into President's Day. Woo!
I'm bitter about President's Day.
Who wants a mattress? Yay!
I'm bitter about it because we don't get President's Day off. So who cares? Who cares about the presidents? Give me time off. Okay, here's the stuff you're going to hear about today. Many people want to know what happened at the door today.
There's an update.
Mm-hmm. Also,
Day 4 of the door.
Oh, boy. Our podcast is all about movie reviews 3 months later. And you know what?
Why don't you run with that?
Sticking with that theme.
You always need to have like a theme when it comes to a YouTube channel or a podcast and stuff. And that would be an amazing theme to just acknowledge.
Movie reviews 3 months later. Or you know what? It could be movie reviews when they start streaming.
Yes. I think that's like that sweet spot to see if someone wants it and didn't see it in the theaters.
Well, you know what? This podcast is your home.
This is all for you.
Because I saw Wreck-It Ralph 2 last night.
Ralph breaks the internet.
Does he? We'll see. We also...
Yeah?
Oh, it's happening. We talk about some ugliness that comes from Nikki. A little something that happens at the bathroom at Home Depot.
Mm-hmm. And Truslow.
And right.
Yeah, Truslow hangs out with us for a long time. We do a RIOT food fight. We tried the Pop-Tarts cereal, the brown sugar, and the strawberry one. So that's in here too.
And if you want to see them,
you can check out our RadioU
Facebook page.
And, of course, our RadioU RIOT YouTube channel as well.
I'm making sure that it's okay. I'm looking at it right now.
You put them in there?
Yep.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day and weekend as well.
We're having a great time. Like, I'll tell you, this Friday has really just...
off to a good start.
Man, you know, right?
Have a great day.
Bye.
You're listening to the worst of the riot.
Today sucks.
RadioU.
A lot of people anticipating what the door situation was today.
If you were not with us yesterday, maybe you can catch people up.
So here's the thing. Earlier this week, Nikki and I arrived at around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And Nikki opened the door for me. It was nice. And when she did that, I explained to her that going forward, I wanted her there at the door every day, opening the door for me and greeting me as I arrived at the radio station. And she seemed to blow that off to some extent.
Well, I mean, I thought you'd be teasing, but lo and behold, in the following day, I was inside already, but I happened to come and walk past the door while you were
just
coming in at just that sweet spot, and I got the door for you again.
And so I told her, like, hey, this is exactly what I was wanting, so thank you, and please continue to do so.
And then you got me good yesterday.
Then yesterday, Nikki was not at the door as I requested. And so I, obviously was concerned about that. And so what I ended up doing was... we
have an in-building, for lack of a better term, like a bell.
Yeah.
That rings on the phones to let you know someone's at the door to go get them.
And so I went ahead and hit the call box so it would ring. And Nikki tried to remotely open the door, and she couldn't. So she came out and opened the door for me.
Well, I was worried. I thought, what happened to his keys? What's he doing?
And so I just laughed and showed her my keys and thanked her for coming to the door.
Lesson learned. And I actually really enjoyed that.
So James and Izzy and Robbie texting and asking about what happened today. Here's the thing that you have to understand as someone that likes to... be obnoxious, and is that first off, you have to find some people that can handle your obnoxiousness,
and appreciate it sometimes.
Right. But you also have to understand that there is a point at which you have to go, okay, I can't push this any farther. Like, this is the farthest I can take it.
Sure.
And so I want you to know that yesterday, before I rang the call box to get Nikki to come to the door, I thought, is this too far? Like, it is in ringing this, is this too far?
Yeah.
Or not? And I thought, you know what? It's too good. Like, it's too good to pass up. I think Nikki will think it's too good to pass up, so we'll do it. And we did. But I actually
you thought today would be too much?
I did. I thought, you know what? Like...
See, I really wanted you to get here before me and, like you mentioned, wait in your car. Until I was getting out and then make it happen. So we're at the same time at the front door. But it's been a good week. But I did not get the door this morning. No. To everybody texting who have been waiting since yesterday, I did not.
Yeah, and I mean, I could have, if I had pushed it a little harder, maybe. But I just thought, you know what, you need to back it down.
Now, what will be more fun is you just every so often just need to make it happen. And that I'll appreciate, too. I like the humor of it.
So, all right. Well, you know what? And I just appreciate somebody opening the door. Isn't that nice?
I just don't need to do it every day.
Well, I mean, you do, but you choose not to.
I choose not to. See? How funny is that?
Friends by Friends Coke Freestyle Machines. We're all friends, right? It's the Riot on RadioU.
Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I hope everybody had a great one.
Yeah, we did Happy Sad Day for RadioU, so congratulations to all the winners yesterday and to everybody who tried to win. We've got chances to win other stuff, I'm sure, coming soon.
Well, hey, you know what? You've got, is it next Friday that is a Demon Hunter New Music Friday?
After.
No, it's not.
It's on March 1st.
Man.
You got a little bit of time till that.
We have a whole other week in February?
Yes, we do. So there's still one more weekend in that.
For a short month, it sure is awfully long. Okay, all right, fine.
So Demon Hunter, New Music Friday.
From today.
Yes, will be coming up soon.
Hey, that at least you've got something to look forward to. That's something. We could just say to you,
never again.
It's the best I could come up with. Hey, but speaking of Valentine's Day, last night, Nikki had quite a feast.
I did.
For Valentine's Day.
Well, you want to know, what transpired?
I do.
So I went to this place. I don't know how, regional or, where all it goes, but it's called Jet's Pizza. Mm-hmm. And it's one of our favorites because it has a very buttery crust.
Oh, it's
very
delicious.
Thick, buttery crust. And
it's so good.
That's our style. So I got 2 of their heart-shaped pizzas. Uh-huh. And the guy, when I ordered it earlier in the day, was like, okay, they're like $7 a piece. And then later in the day, I was like, my goodness, that is so cheap, isn't it? And then
they're probably huge.
That's the problem because they normally do these square, rectangle sort of pizzas. And so later in the day, I was like, wow, I wonder, how big do you think that heart pizza is? Because there's going to be a couple of people for dinner. And when I picked it up, it was indeed a smaller heart pizza. Mm-hmm. And next door was one of my favorite Chinese food restaurants.
The one you swore you'd never eat at?
No, not that one. That one's fine.
Okay, we'll have to talk later.
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
And so I went in. Oh, yeah, okay. This one's a different one. So I went in and got some honey orange chicken, and we had that and pizza, and that's a great combination. That's a great combination.
So Nikki sent me a photo last night of a piece of pizza with orange chicken on top of it.
I put it on top, and
Did you eat it that way?
It's so good. It's sweet, kind of. If you like pineapple on pizza, which I normally don't, that's too sweet to me.
Sure.
This is right in the sweet spot. It's in the middle of it, and it was so delicious. So if you ever do that, it felt like I was eating at a buffet because you normally don't.
Just throwing food together.
Well, you normally don't get those combinations, but it was really good. So you take cheese pizza, real thick crust, honey orange chicken, plop it on top, and have at it.
Okay, do you guys remember in elementary school where you had this kid in the lunchroom that would eat anything? It was
not me.
And they would.
I normally am not like that.
I think it is because Nikki, over the course of our friendship, here are the things that you've said to me, put your fries on your burger. Put them on your burger. Go ahead.
I do
put them
like
on
that.
There.
Put them on there.
And just go ahead and have you tried eating them together? Have you put them together? You're a together kind of person.
Apparently.
And I think that even though you're not owning it right now, people would be like, hey, put this on that and see if Nikki will eat it. And Nikki's like, yeah, I'll eat it.
If you do a combination, and that was one really good combination.
It's so good.
It is. I never thought to do that. So the honey orange chicken, you put that on top of the deep dish cheese pizza. Someone this weekend needs to try that and just validate me with it.
I love the fact that you did it. And she sent me this picture, and I was like, whoa.
It's really good.
Things are getting crazy at Nikki's house
Someone
tonight.
needs to make that their monthly special. They don't have to do it all the time, but in partnership with the local restaurant.
Nikki, that's like that. Remember the wedding I DJ'd where they had Chinese food, pizza, and Chick-fil-A?
Hello. That's everything.
You almost recreated it last night.
Recycling paper is like planting a tree. Recycling the riot is like burning down the rainforest.
We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
While we're still on this whole sad day / Valentine's Day, last night I didn't have orange chicken, but I did have pizza. And I got together with some friends and we did the Valentine's Day thing. We were like, hey, let's watch a movie. So we got pizza. I mean, I practically celebrated the RadioU sad contest,
Pretty
right?
much from yesterday.
So it was pizza in a movie. So we watched the new Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah.
I think a better title for that film might be Ralph Learns to Let Go.
But maybe that just didn't feel as
It didn't
Disney.
feel like they tested that with audiences and it just didn't play as well. Like people weren't as excited about it.
I can't tell, is that a yay or a nay on it?
Oh, kind of a nay. Okay.
I know you really liked Wreck-It Ralph.
I did. Though
Back in the day.
Wreck-It Ralph had its own moment that I really didn't like. Here's something that I am kind of tired of. I feel like every time I see an animated film that in reality is targeted towards kids.
But not always.
Right.
I think they anticipate all ages going.
I feel like these movies are adults that are writing stories about their childhood trauma, and then someone's like, we should do that, but with cute characters. Okay? What do you guys think?
Huh?
The thing I didn't like in Wreck-It Ralph is like there's
First one or second one?
The first one.
First one.
There's this whole scene that plays out where it's like Ralph's temper ruins everything. And I was like, okay, so this is a movie that's about a dad who really needs to control his temper a little bit better. But I didn't come here to hear about that. So like, why? I don't have any temper issues really. Like and why they're supposed to be friends. He's not a dad. He's not her dad. Like, why? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? So there's like a scene in Wreck-It Ralph I hate. Like, and I get it. You need an arc. I gotta have an arc. Character gotta grow. Gotta do something. I get it.
But maybe it's a bit too much.
And then in this one, it was just like, holy freaking crap, guys. Like, really? We're having fun for like 50 minutes. Fun. And then it's like... They don't even. This is the other thing I love. Is sometimes in kids' movies they try to dress it up so you don't know. Like, oh, I'm learning something. I'm learning. But this one, they start literally using the word insecurity, and I was like, holy crap! Like, hang on, go ahead. Let me take the helmet off so you can keep hitting me in the head. Like, I want you guys to directly hit my brain with this bludgeoning stick.
A bit too much.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on. That's why, again, Wreck-It Ralph should have just been Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Learns to Let Go.
Do you realize what this is again, right?
What?
This is another one.
I know, it's 6 months later. Oh, and I catching up on a movie. I
feel
get
like
it.
This is all we review now. We're just finally catching up on things and we're reviewing.
I'm way behind, guys. Okay? I'm way behind. And I just want you to know, I feel like the only thing I have left is Creed 2. Once I get that under my belt, then I'll be ready.
That's in a few weeks.
I know. And you know what? I can start
reviewing that one then.
Oh, my gosh.
When life is this good, you don't need a vacation. So get back to work. It's The Riot on RadioU.
Now, don't judge people based on like the first thing you see, Nikki.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Right?
To never do.
Right? Because, the thing you've got to remember is that rat that you saw in McDonald's.
Oh, gosh.
Like,
was it maybe not a rat? Is it a good rat?
Well, okay, first off, we don't know if it's like a Ratatouille style rat. It could be that,
misunderstood.
Very misunderstood. And those chicken McNuggets that seem to be extra good today and you're not really sure why.
Could have been because he's making them.
It could have been him. Like, it totally could have been him.
Or could have been his family in them.
Could have. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What type of story is this?
And what if they told you, like, yeah, the real secret, and I know this is, you're not going to like it, but we let the rats swim in the fryer before we turn the fryer on. And it just I don't understand it.
Something special, doesn't it?
I don't understand it, but something
It's magic.
Something about it just works.
Well, where were the rat, or allegedly, or what happened?
This is so great. I can't play the video for you guys because people don't have completely rational/reasonable reactions to this. When there's a video of a guy that went into a McDonald's in Newark, and this is Newark, New Jersey, and this was last week, and he just walks in and kind of, I wouldn't say quietly, but he doesn't draw a lot of attention to himself. He just opens a little box that he brought with him that has a rat in it and walks.
So he let it out.
And they film it, and people freak
So kind of like a prank video,
out.
kind of?
Yes. Now, the reason I say let's not judge is because, I mean, honestly, a lot of people are going to be like, that McDonald's had a rat in it.
That's exactly what we thought, but it's not. Someone brought it in to see people's reaction.
Somebody brought a rat. And so what I'm saying is that, the next time you're in a restaurant,
You never know.
You don't know. Like, maybe it wasn't them. Maybe someone brought that rat in there.
Thank you for texting Joe. He likes the image of the rat in the fryer.
You're welcome. He's just like leaning
like
back.
a hot tub. Like it's not turned up enough
no,
yet.
It's not
doing any damage.
No. They're there. Like they just add their little, seasoning, and then they're out. No big deal.
That's all he's doing.
Yeah. So the video is pretty great of people freaking out. I guess I find myself wondering, what would I do if I saw a rat? Because the thing is, I probably would jump up and try to get away from it because my immediate thought is like, vermin!
Well,
disease carrier!
I'm mostly afraid it'll like crawl up your leg and up you or something.
I'm just afraid it'll bite me. And then they'd be like, it's fine. You only have to get 10 shots.
Remember your worry about the shots in the stomach?
Yeah.
You're like, well, this little tiny rat while you're eating at McDonald's that someone brought in and let loose in the McDonald's bit you. So now you need a shot in the stomach.
I got a shot in the nugget bucket. It's the worst. I'm never going to McDonald's again.
Tom, never again. Please don't ever do that.
What?
You've ruined a whole thing.
What?
You've ruined it.
What, your tummy? Your nugget bucket?
No.
That's where they go?
No, and I don't think that's a medical term or anything.
I think it is.
Your doctor comes in like, doctor, where is the shot going to be today? What's the term for your arm then?
In my deltoid? In my quadricep? My nugget bucket?
It's just perfect, and that's where the sad part is. Like, it's just the perfect name.
It's where they go.
And our stomachs look like a bucket, so it's fine. All right. Thank you for that.
The Riot was this close from becoming the absolute worst morning show in radio. Yep, they can't even win at losing. It's the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
So, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but there is a character named Mario.
How do you spell that? And can you use it in a sentence?
It's Mario. Now, a lot of people might refer to him as Mario, but it is Mario. And he has a brother. He runs a plumbing business.
Luigi.
And he is the star of a fairly popular run of video games, both here and abroad. The original Super Mario Brothers came to the original Nintendo Entertainment System, which launched in the early 80s in Japan and 1985 in the United States. Well, I can say that we now know that earlier this month, I don't know the exact date, but a first-run copy of Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Entertainment System sold for $100,150.
That's a lot of money.
Now, here's what makes it unique. Back in 2017, an unopened copy of Super Mario Brothers sold for about $30,000. And that, at the time, was
a lot.
A ton of money. It was kind of a watermark, whatever. Now, we haven't seen 300% inflation in the last 2 years.
But times are different.
Yeah.
I would have thought it would have gone down.
So here's what makes it unique. The game that sold for $30,000 was a shrink-wrapped copy of Super Mario Brothers. But apparently the very, 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 very first run of Nintendo games wasn't shrink-wrapped.
Oh, so that actually hurt it. Wow,
Yeah.
that's weird.
So it was not shrink-wrapped and was just sealed with a black foil circular sticker with the Nintendo logo on it.
So as long as the sticker wasn't like broken?
These were sold, I'm quoting the article from Kotaku, these were only sold for a brief period of time before the NES national rollout, while Nintendo was test marketing the console in New York and Los Angeles in 1985.
So if you had one of those, that's a shame. Like nowadays, none of our games will ever have any sort of collector's value because they're so mass produced.
Yeah.
Like it's just, you're not in a generation where that could ever happen. Same thing with like comic books or movies or anything. Nothing that I feel like we could ever come out with could hold that same value as like back in that day.
I think the only thing that is even close to it is if something comes out and it's like a mistake. So it accidentally has whatever. And,
You're right. Like
that
say
kind of
the shoes come out and there's something wrong with them. Okay, fine. Shoes might still hold that collector's value.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing too, is it's probably a matter of looking at a different thing. So like the video game collector's market, you're probably not going to snag much there now. You got to find something that is new and emerging and whatever. And I don't know if you guys know this, but shoes are new. That's a whole new thing.
They still come out with new versions of them, so that's what makes them collectors.
Now, what I would like to know is I'd love to know here's some of the story about it. The guy who was selling it has always said that he would never accept less than 6 figures for this item. There have been interested buyers, but no one would offer him more than about $50,000.
Does it say if he sold it at like auction, or did he just find a buyer who was willing to and sold it that way?
It did not sell at auction, so it was a private sale. I don't know.
That's better for you because then you're not losing as much money to pay for the auction people to sell it.
Well, if he didn't have some sort of a go-between, that would be no percentage that he would have to pay.
All profit.
Or something like that. So, man.
Good for him.
That's just... I'm not a collector, Nikki. I buy things I like and I hang on to them forever, but I mean, I'm not a collector.
It's not a collector, actually.
It's a hoarder.
There's a fine line between collectors and hoarders.
Yeah, they both feel the need to keep things. Collectors are looking for good things. I don't
Doesn't mean any of it is worth anything at all. You might think it is, but it's not.
Let's not say it like that.
Oh, yeah, all the Funko Pops.
Hey, you know what? I only have...
I'm talking about what a lot of people will collect nowadays.
I only have 3, one of which was it came in a pack of something. I didn't mean to buy it.
You didn't pay for it?
Mornings are for coffee and contemplation.
Chief, she's...
Coffee and contemplation.
And the riot. Obviously. RadioU.
The ugly word is discrimination. Now, a lot of people talk about racism, which is also obviously very bad, but like racism is a form of discrimination, but not all discrimination is a form of racism. So, really discrimination is about some arbitrary decision that you make that says like, hey, I am going to not be a part of that group, or I'm going to lash out at that group of people because they have shorter pinkies than I do, or they have a certain color hair, or they went to a certain school, or even something like they have a certain kind of software installed on their computer. And I would never do that. I would never, ever do that. And even if my whole life I've really, really wanted to learn Japanese, and I have a friend of mine that has made a way for me to learn Japanese at a discount price.
You're kidding.
But I'm not going to be I'm not going to be like those people. Those people that install software like that.
No.
I'm not going to be a Steam user. I'm not going to put Steam on my computer like you people.
It's not exactly. It's kind of close how I said it, but not totally. Eric found me a game that teaches you Japanese, and it was on sale for 99 cents yesterday.
Hiragana Battle.
I said, hey, can you get it for me? And it's not for my phone, which I would prefer, but it's for my Mac, and that's fine. And then he comes up and he tells me, he's like, well, you're going to have to install Steam. And I didn't want to have to install Steam. I didn't want to. I was fine hearing you guys talk about Steam all the time, but I didn't want to become a Steam user. And now in order to play this thing, I would need to become a Steam user. I'd be in the group.
Yeah.
So
do you see what that is? Where you first off,
it's not discrimination. I just didn't want to.
No, it is because you said I don't want to be in the group.
I don't want to be in that group of people who have downloaded and using Steam. I don't want to use Steam.
Why not?
Because I didn't want to have something else I need to use. I just wanted to use the game. I didn't want to have Steam to play the game.
That's not what it is, Nikki. Go ahead. Tell them the truth. You think that you're better than people that use Steam. Yeah, you do. You're
not at all. I just don't want to have it. I just don't want to.
That's not it.
Because every time you talk about Steam, I like to hear about the sales and everything.
You don't, but
I just don't want to be in it.
You don't want. You're better somewhere. Here's what I know right now. After I got this email from Eric, it became very clear to me.
Did he email you?
Did he? I don't know. Did I say that out loud?
You just said that out loud.
Okay. I realized that you think you're better than me because I use Steam and you don't.
No.
And you want to be on the outside and you want to be able to say, like, I don't do that.
Nope. That's not it. I just
it.
didn't want to have to do that.
It's
come
been
out.
laid bare. It has been laid bare for all to see.
No, I don't want to have to sign up for Steam. I don't want to have a Steam account. I don't want something else. I just wanted to play the game. That was it. I don't want to have it.
That's not. Here's how I know that's not true. Because if all of a sudden I was like, Nikki, I have found this service that is day and date with all of the most popular K-dramas, you would be like, bing, signing up right now.
Yes, but then I could just do that through sites that I've already set up.
Nikki, you're discriminating against Eric and I. You are. You said that Eric and I are a part of a group.
You are.
A group that you don't want to be a part of. And so that's it. It's fine.
That's right. Thanks to all the people texting, guys.
Angela says, it's okay, Nikki. Let it all out. You know, you just don't like Steam users.
It's not. I just didn't want to have to become a Steam user in order to do this game.
Zach says, Obi, you're totally right. When she said she doesn't want to be in that group, that's like the definition of discrimination.
Discrimination, is it?
Group identity isolation.
Fine.
Yeah. Jason says, wow, anti-Steam mentality in 2019. For shame.
Thank you for texting, Jason.
Kyle says Nikki needs a reason to fight.
No, I just didn't want to. I wanted to just go ahead and I wanted it to be an app on my phone. That's what I wanted the most. I didn't want to have to download Steam. Now I have to have a Steam account in order to play this one thing.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's just go ahead, everybody. Let's all of us Steam users together say, Nikki.
How many other Steam users are there? Or are these people the ones texting even Steam users? Because I think they have no room to talk if they're not.
Oh, okay. So now Nikki's one of those people that, like, when you're discriminated. Wait, you know what? When you're discriminated against, Nikki's one of those people that doesn't believe you.
It's not. I'm just saying. Are they even Steam users themselves?
Nikki, man, like, I got to tell you what. Your discriminatory behavior.
Is it shameful?
It's like, I just feel like every time we peel away a layer of the onion, the stench just continues.
No,
like,
I just want to know if there's so many of us now.
We've gone
How
from.
How many of us are Steam users?
I don't discriminate against those people. And now when somebody tells their story of discrimination, Nikki all of a sudden has all these questions and doesn't believe them.
I'm just curious who all is in the group then.
Trey.
Kyle's not. Kyle texted back. He's not.
Trey says, these people, she says.
I have to be one of them then.
Jake says, one of us.
One of us. So he's teams.
DJ says, Nikki, there's dozens of us.
Dozens. It's a big group.
See, I'm allergic to discrimination. I'm just so upset.
I don't mean to if you take it that way. I just didn't want to have to become a Steam user.
Oh, just see how she put it back on me? If you take it that way.
This is your thing.
See?
Do you see? That way.
That's how those people act. They're so sensitive.
I'm not so much mad about what they say. I'm mad that they think any of us want to hear it. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
What do you do when you find yourself in a situation where you hear somebody making a threat?
Well, I think you'd call the police or something.
Well, you know what, Nikki? That is exactly what happened in Wichita, in Kansas. This week, there was a man that was in the bathroom at Home Depot.
Which, I mean, opens up to a lot of possible stories, but...
In which several people overheard him. I can't even do this with a straight face.
What was he talking about?
He was making bomb threats.
In the bathroom
stall? In the bathroom at Home Depot, yeah.
To himself or to the people in the room?
To the people in the room. You see, people kept coming into the bathroom.
Oh, he wanted them to get out?
And he kept warning them, get out of here.
I'm going to drop a bomb? Like as he was going to the bathroom? Was it the bad bathroom? Was he taking kids to the pool?
He told one man, and I quote, that he was going to blow it up.
But he meant like he's going to the bathroom really bad, right?
That's what he meant.
He was. So did he actually mean that, or was he trying to make them feel threatened?
They called the police, and they were like, "Yo, we got a bomber! We got a bomber in the bathroom!"
Or was he just joking in the bathroom, like, "Oh,
Nikki, I think he would. I don't think he was joking. I think he was taking what was happening to him in that space very seriously.
But they just took it the wrong way.
He was trying to let people know, hey, you need to get out here. It's bad.
They called the cops.
But he said, I'm going to blow it up.
Because he maybe didn't feel good.
The police show up and they're like, are you the bomber? And he's like, oh, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad.
No, so called the cops on me.
I mean, it is a public restroom, right?
Oh, how weird.
You were threatening people, sir. You were threatening to blow it up.
That's very embarrassing.
Like, well, honestly, Your Honor, I did blow it up. Like, you don't even know.
But he just meant it in the other way.
It was a euphemism, really.
Yes, that's it.
For what was taking place.
Punishing.
Yeah. He was, quote unquote, blowing.
Was he okay? Or did he eat something bad?
Well, I mean, I can only assume that.
It's like, what happened? I feel like I want more information, but then I don't want more information.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, you feel like you're supposed to still call the cops to make sure everything's okay. And I guess just don't do that if you're in the bathroom.
So it turns out
you're supposed to hold it until you get home.
Not everybody can, Nikki.
If it's that bad, you need to get home.
Well, I will tell you this right now. Like, the thing that kills me is that, going into the men's locker room at the gym.
Yeah.
And sometimes I literally am like, you know what? You guys, you have a problem.
Someone's sick.
You shouldn't be here right now, okay? Aww. You shouldn't be here. They are, in fact, blowing it up.
I know when they say you shouldn't work out, like if you have a fever or if it's from
they say from the neck down.
If you're sick that way, and your stomach is counting in that.
I feel like it counts extra.
You're not supposed to go.
Yeah. So just a reminder that if you are
words hurt.
Okay, that's a good one. I like that. I like
what words you say.
I was just going to say, be careful with your euphemisms. When you're in the bathroom, You might just clear your throat and go, perhaps it would be better if you would not come in here at this time.
Could you lock the door on your way out? I need some privacy.
It's bad,
in
okay?
this public bathroom.
One of the only things left that isn't owned by Disney. The Riot on RadioU.
Anytime somebody says something, immediately here comes somebody with the contradiction, right? Like, immediately. The entire internet seems to be built on that. Like, I'm going to write this article about this, and here comes somebody that's like, actually.
That's the formula.
Blah, 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 blah. It's one big, just on and on and on, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. But this is something that I found that has been true for me personally, and that is this. I'm crazy cynical. I just don't believe anybody or anything pretty much ever. Like, I just don't. And the reason is because I am incredibly gullible, and I'm just a believer. I just believe people and stuff.
So is it
whatever.
Like a safety thing so that you don't fall for anything?
It's a defense mechanism.
And then get lied to?
It's a defense mechanism. I think it's a combination of how do I want to say this? Like, just not wanting to be gullible,
sure.
One. And two, I've just been deeply hurt. I have believed people that have either not come through or lied or whatever. And I think we've all experienced that to some extent. And so you just become cynical, and in some cases, deeply cynical. And I will just say, cynicism is a real ugly place to live, because living in a place where you believe nothing and you don't believe anybody and on, like, it is a tough place to be in. The thing that I can't get over, a couple things. One is that God is not cynical. God has seen it all. And God knows how full of crap other people are, but he also knows how full of crap you are. That's a hard one, because the other thing about being cynical is you think it's everybody else, and you would never do that. But the reality of it is that you're just as guilty as the person sitting next to you or whatever. We all have a reason to be cynical about ourselves, right? And yet God comes at us knowing the kind of people we are, knowing the mistakes that we made, knowing the times we can't keep our word, and yet he still believes the best in us and he still loves us. That alone is amazing. So, God's not cynical, and that means that he is, well, I guess it doesn't mean this, but I guess what I would say is that he's somebody that you can believe. He is somebody you can actually have faith in. I've had faith in God, and I've seen God come through time and time again. Now, it doesn't always mean that God does exactly what I want, like I'm a corgi in need of a pony, and if I could just get my pony.
Or that big TV. It doesn't always mean that.
I don't always get what I want, but I always get what I need. God always takes care of me. So listen, I know what it's like to be hurt. I know what it's like to be cynical. I want you to know that God wants to heal your heart and help you find a place where you don't have to live in a deep, dark cynicism your entire life. If you don't have a relationship with God, start here and let God come through for you for a while. Let him start to heal that cynicism because he is somebody you can trust. Just say, Jesus, I need that. I want you to come into my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I am a cynic and I need some help. I need help believing you. Heal my heart. And you know what? God is going to do that for you. God is there for you. He's here for you. He's going to be with you.
My favorite part of the worst of the riot, when they shut up and the music starts. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Now, Nikki, have you decided what you're going to be playing this weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah.
What game?
Yeah.
Now that I'm a Steam user?
Well, you know what? It's too soon.
Okay, never mind.
Too soon. Since you're not a Steam user and you look down on us.
I'm not a
Nikki's
Steamist. I'm not a Steamist.
If you don't know what that means, you can listen to today's podcast and learn.
I have not picked if I'm doing a game this weekend. No. Okay.
Because you've got Far Cry New Dawn.
Uh-huh.
You've got, if you sign up for it, you can play Anthem this weekend.
Sure.
That Origin thing. You've got Metro Exodus. You've got Crackdown 3. There's something else floating out there. So, I mean, you haven't decided yet?
No, I haven't picked which one. There's a lot. It's almost too hard.
Which one did Eric get you for Valentine's Day?
He did not get me well, actually, technically, he did buy me that learning Japanese game.
Which you were too good for.
No, I still have it. I just haven't played it yet. It's supposed to be educational and fun at the same time.
It's obviously going to work really well.
But I don't have any of the other games.
Okay. Well,
what are you going to play?
Boy, I know. Isn't that the question?
That's what everybody's dying to find out.
Isn't that the question? I just don't know, like, what it's going to be. I bought Far Cry New Dawn.
You
because
did?
I did, yeah. Because I liked Far Cry 5 a lot. And so I didn't like the story, but I liked everything else.
Sure. I feel like before you get too much into this year, I mean, like we're moseying through February now.
Right.
You should go ahead and try the Apex Legends game.
I know.
I mean, everybody really wants you to do an Obadiah Plays with it.
Well, what did you think about it?
I haven't played it yet either.
You haven't?
But that's to be expected. Out of the two of us, they expect you to be the one to do that.
I think you should play it and let me know what you think. Like, instead of us always getting my idea and stuff.
We do have our upcoming Riot anniversary show. Maybe we should pick a game and do a gaming one. People like totally when we do that.
So Shrew says, buy her Farm Together so you can feed her goat farm needs. Ooh, what's Farm Together?
Is that
I mean, we talked about Farm Simulator, which I always felt like it was probably a little too hard for us.
A little too much.
Farm Together is from Milkstone Studios, the ultimate farming experience from the creators of Avatar Farm.
What is all that?
I don't know.
It's like every time you're telling me something, I don't know what any of that is.
It's available on everything. It's on Steam, but that won't matter. It's on the Nintendo Switch. It's on the Xbox. Why does it
have a 9 out of 10 review, like star rating?
Well,
why does it have such a good rating?
Maybe because people love it.
You want to farm this weekend?
No, but you know what? Maybe
that's what I should be doing?
Well, maybe for our stream. Maybe you and I should be...
I don't know how else to say it, but it looks a little too cute for me, maybe, for this. You can't please me, can you?
Just can't
pick a game,
can I? It seems a little too violent and gory. Well, this is too cute.
It's a little too cutesy for the farming stuff.
But that's the way most of those games are.
The simulator ones?
I imagine that this game right here is supposed to appeal to people that have dumped thousands of dollars into... What was the farming game on your phone?
Farm Simulator?
No, like on
Farmville?
the phone. Farmville.
Farmville?
Yeah. So Shrew says it's pretty cathartic. Because, Nikki, you gotta
do that sometime.
You need a farming catharsis.
those games I cannot take too long with because you get in that hole and then you realize I'm probably spending more time than an actual farmer, like playing the game, and I don't even have a farm to show for it. So I'm afraid to go jump into that.
Well, that's why we play co-op, because then you can show me, like, look, here's my farm.
Yeah, I can see, and you can keep track of me, make sure I don't go down the farm hole.
You can customize your avatar and your tractor to your liking and go visit friends' farms.
You know what? You pick what you want to play this weekend. You do something. I'll be
how much
good.
do you think this is on the Switch? $400?
Farm Together?
Yeah.
That seems like one of those free ones.
Oh,
not
it's
for
not.
Switch, but I mean, it feels like a free phone game.
Let's see. It's $3.99 for DLC.
$399. No, $3.
It's $19.99, Nikki.
On the Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems about right.
But see, that's good because then you don't have to, what do you call it? Like, there's no...
No hidden, no game up things. In-app currency.
Yes!
Come
No
on.
in-app purchases!
That's it.
Good Lord!
Woo! Got it.
Can we take a break? This is boring.
No, we love talking about this.
Nikki, I think you should play Farm Together.
Don't want to talk to the riot? We completely understand. Text instead. 877-2-RADIO-U.
Okay, so NASA has made a little announcement that some of Nikki's favorite people, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Love it.
Because as we all know, Nikki wants to die on Mars. So
No, I said you'll have to kill me because I'm not going to Mars because I don't want to go there.
I don't think that's what you said.
I believe it is.
Okay.
But, potato.
It's fine. Nikki, I think I'm more of an authority on what you say than you are. So
Right.
If you
really listening?
If you want to know what you're allowed to think and what you're going to do,
I need
you
to
should
check with
really
you.
ask me instead
bad.
of, talking for yourself. It's ridiculous. So
I just want to make sure in a legal setting, like I don't have to go to Mars because you're saying that I want to, and I don't want anybody to believe you. Like, I don't want them to be like, well, Obi said, and so you're signed up and all ready to go.
Yeah. Well, and then they would be like, and since you said that he speaks for you and you do whatever
Get
he says,
on board the
then,
ship to Mars.
Nikki, you are prepared. NASA says that they're, and I quote, speeding up plans to get back to the moon. They say they're going to be on the moon again by 2028. NASA's idea of going fast is 9 years. Now, keep in mind, they went to the moon for the last time in 1972.
We've had some time in between.
So it will have been 56 years.
So why did they never go back and do stuff during all that time?
Oh, that's such a good question, Nikki. Do you know that some people believe...
Why did I ask it? I take it back.
Do you know that some people believe either one of two things?
Because we never went there in the first place?
A, we've never actually been, which is why it's such a big deal to go. Or B, some people believe that in the journey between the moon and the Earth that we were contacted by extraterrestrials and told
Not
that
to
we are
come?
not allowed to come back to the moon until a certain time.
Is that 2028?
Well, I'm not sure.
Could be.
But, I mean, one of those has to be true.
Hey, either A or B.
One of them has to be true.
Seems true.
Yeah. The thing that I look at when they're like, yeah, we're going back to the moon 2028. My thought is, if that's their idea of speeding things up, then you know what? I'm doing great.
No pressure on you're like disappointed that you don't have that career that you wanted yet, or you don't feel like maybe your parents are telling you you're not moving fast enough to even get out, that you're not as slow at least as this big thing.
No big deal. All right. You
got years.
You've got time. So I think if you just sat down with your parents or life partner or whoever it is that you feel like is applying a lot of pressure, or even yourself, sitting down and talking to yourself and saying, hey,
good.
you know what?
When we get to the moon.
Sometimes it takes time. All right. And I'm kind of working on a NASA time schedule here. All right.
You tell your mom next time you promise to be out by the time we go back to the moon, and she won't know. She'll be like, oh, I'm sure that's close.
You know, Mom, I just want you to know that I'm setting the same kind of goals for myself that NASA is. Okay.
She'll appreciate that.
This house is the Earth. Okay. And my own apartment is the moon. And I want you to know that it's my plan to launch this rocket by the time NASA launches theirs, okay?
There could be a couple false starts, where you think you're going, or maybe a couple of even like orbiting around and you got to go back. You can't actually get there. Those are okay, and everybody's forgiven for that.
Hey, what are you going to do?
You have to sometimes come back. You're not ready.
You gotta, and you want to be careful. Like, you don't want to get stuck. You don't want to crash.
You don't want to.
It takes a lot of planning.
Oh, someone please tell their mom I will be out by 2028 into my own apartment, I promise.
I am going to need to leave some of my stuff behind, though.
I can only take what the ship holds.
Dear Radio U, when I was a kid, my parents sent our dog to live on a farm in the country where he could run and play all day. I could ask them for the address if you need somewhere to send the riot. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Nikki?
Yes, and a lot of others.
Yay. Ladies and gentlemen, with us right now, this is Truslow.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, didn't you guys used to be like a 3-person ensemble?
We're always 4.
We have slowly grown. Actually, we got Sean here with us. He's the now second guitarist for this upcoming show, which will be
He's the original, and I replaced him. That's
Gotcha.
Oh.
Well, does everybody want to introduce yourself? So get right on into the mic.
Yep. This is James.
This is Sam.
This is Sean.
This is Andrew. I play bass.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right. So the gang is, as far as we're concerned, the gang's all back together. But for you guys, you've been together this whole time, right?
Oh, yeah. We never left. We just hang out at each other's houses every day.
Okay. So real talk, though, it's been a while. Like, what have you guys been up to?
Yeah, man. We were just laughing about that. Our lives have been insane. I bought a house and watched too much Fixer Upper. So.
Oh, did you? Well, we're going to get some truth here. So how did that go?
Yeah. I learned as I went, and thank God for YouTube. So that's a thing.
Wait. So how bad is it right now?
Or how bad did it get?
How bad did it get? Okay.
Well, it's good now, but I found my load-bearing wall that I wanted to take.
Oh, my gosh, dude. The phrase load-bearing wall makes me nervous.
Did you try that yourself, or was it hard just to find someone who was a contractor to do all that?
They need to make it more difficult to swing a sledgehammer into a wall, because once you get going, you just build this intense confidence that keeps building on itself.
Sure.
But I did swing one time, and I know I hit like an electric cable. Now, they're insulated, so I was fine, but that was my cue that maybe I need to slow down.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
So is the house done, or is it still are we doing layers of we're not done yet?
It is livable. No, it's pretty done.
I think James has the nicest house, actually.
Well, what does that say about what's going on in the rest of your living space?
Seriously.
What's your space like?
Well, I mean, I travel, so I've been touring with Vespertine.
He's homeless,
Shout out.
is what
Yeah.
Sam is saying.
So
Yeah.
you just go stay on his couch, or
I mean, in the back of the van,
Just
on anybody's couch.
just whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wherever.
you've not yet settled on your space yet.
I mean, no. Who needs a space when I can have everybody else's space?
You know what?
If I was
that.
like HGTV or one of the home networks or even YouTube, this could be a great series of the bands as they pick all their places to stay.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, you've been touring with Vespertine. What about the rest of you guys? What have you been doing? Because we haven't seen you musically in 2 years,
2 years?
probably.
Yeah.
We hate music now.
Everyone's
We just
looking
hate
at
it.
me.
Well, it's your name.
So I think all of us have been working on houses. I know
Yeah, it's
Andrew
true.
flipped a house. I bought a
Yeah.
house.
Get on in there.
Whoa,
Get on
wait,
close.
Andrew flipped a house?
Andrew
I
flipped a
did
house.
last
He's
year.
real strong.
Wow. That's
So,
amazing.
Second half of last year, I was working on a house in Franklinton.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And then, James, you just, you didn't flip a house. You just
Kept it?
kept
I
it.
restored a house, sort of, and I'm living in it.
Okay. Well, for tax purposes, that a lot of times that's the best way to go.
Yes, what are we supposed to
Yeah.
say with
Yeah,
it?
because, your primary residence, you can get some real savings there. So,
With virtual reality, the possibilities are endless. It gives us the ability to live out any of our wildest dreams. So maybe we can use it to pretend the riot doesn't exist. The Riot on Radio U.
we, of course, are just lucky, plain lucky,
Yay.
to be spending time with Truslow in the studio.
And
Good morning
so many
again.
people are text messaging, and they're so glad to hear you guys.
Hey.
It's been too long. So Truslow has a show on Thursday, February 28th for RadioU Ohio. If you're listening, that show will start at 7, so you can grab details through RadioU.com for information on that show.
Okay, so guys, talk to us about your breakfast history. Where are you at with Pop-Tarts right now?
I am a very big fan of the brown sugar.
The brown
Pop-Tart.
sugar one?
Okay, right on. Anybody else have anything important to say about Pop-Tarts? Okay.
Pop-Tarts make us better, man.
Yeah, okay. So what we did is we grabbed, well, we actually didn't grab, our listeners have provided for us these Pop-Tart cereals that were supposed to be taste testing.
So we saw that they came out, and I think it was 94. So Pop-Tart cereal was out back then, was out for a few years, then went away, and now this is what's back.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've never had it before, so
I am not either.
I'm ready. What about you guys? Anybody had Pop-Tart cereal before?
Same boat. This is a new experience for me.
So we got here the brown sugar. You guys ready?
Yeah.
It really does smell like the actual Pop-Tart. Like it
does.
has
Surprisingly.
It smells really good.
Curious about the
Even though
inside
sometimes
of
with brown
this.
sugar
Yeah.
and the strawberry, like we do get them in the bulk pack from Costco.
Yep.
So that's the two flavors that you're kind of stuck
Yeah.
with. So I kind of always wish we could branch out.
Well, I mean, they're
is-
the most popular.
It's good. This is what we have. This is our foundation to build upon. right now.
That's
All
good.
right. You guys ready?
Well, let us know what you think as you eat it for the official taste test, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Brown sugar, and it
Good
has stuff
texture.
inside.
You know what?
It reminds
I get
me.
it. I mean, it's
Immediately
just,
sold.
It's a tiny.
It was in your mouth for all of half a second.
It didn't take long
Yes, it's a
because
Pop-Tart.
you bite in and it's already got the mushy center.
But the
It's just an-
outside reminds you of like it's
It reminds me of a frosted mini wheat.
that's it.
Yeah,
yes,
little
a
bit.
frosted mini wheat with the brown sugar inside.
But
That's
it's like
pretty
if you
good.
took an actual Pop-Tart and just let it sit on the sidewalk for a week,
Yeah.
and then
sounds
came
terrible.
back and put a bunch of them in a bowl, and that's kind of what you're dealing with right
Now,
here.
when you do a taste test for cereal, we realize we some people like dry, some people like with milk. So you got to add your milk to it now, and that can change the taste.
And it certainly can change the texture. I mean, we've all been there, right?
You want some of this?
We've all been there.
So this is the brown sugar, frosted brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart cereal with milk.
Okay,
That's good
less of the
too.
sidewalk flavor there.
Yeah, take some of it out for sure.
Yep.
Take some of the edge off of
You
it.
know,
I feel like I'm not getting the brown sugar as much.
If you told me this is Pop-Tart cereal, I wouldn't believe you. Is it a good cereal? Sure. But it's
It's not a Pop-Tart.
not a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Smells like one though. So let's try the frosted strawberry one. Again, we'll try it dry first.
I just again for the record, I feel like adding milk to the
Didn't help
the
that?
brown sugar that actually killed it.
No,
it
it
took
didn't
some
work.
of it.
No, absolutely killed it. So okay, this is the
Which
strawberry.
is what we have found with some of these. It's not like the only way I can explain like these vanity flavors of like these limited edition flavors. They tend to lose some of it when you put them with milk.
Okay, all right. So now
Strawberry.
we're on the strawberry.
Wow, it really tastes like the strawberry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I think this might be
Stronger flavor.
this.
Oh,
This might
gosh.
be well complemented with milk.
Yeah, he needs it.
It needs
See,
some reinforcements.
It needs to be cut back a little bit.
All right. Okay.
I just am not a strawberry fan. So this is like it's very potent strawberry.
It
Which
is.
go Pop-Tart. They nailed that aspect of it, but man, not good for
Team
James.
Pop-Tart
Truslow.
is just killing it
This
on
is
that.
Truslow, by the way, in studio with us, helping
Yeah.
us with our Pop-Tart cereal food fight.
I also feel like the strawberry
Wow, that
filling.
strawberry one, even in the back, it really gets
It
you.
lingers, huh?
It does. Yes, it builds, I think.
I'm gonna go
Well,
back to
and
the brown
I feel
sugar
like
for
it's a
minute.
lot squishier when we were
The
eating
inside?
it dry.
That's
It was like
more-
I felt like it was almost sticking to my teeth.
But you got to be careful going back to the brown sugar now that's been sitting in that milk.
Mm-hmm.
It is just slowly degrading as time goes on.
It's bloated.
Now that said, would I eat it? Yeah, sure. 'Cause, you know,
I'm gonna finish.
You're so
I'm
fine.
gonna eat the cereal.
Isn't that the truth of all cereal? We're pretty much like, does it have sugar? Okay,
We'll take
it's,
it.
It's fine.
I think the strawberry one does do better with milk. It feels a
Yeah.
little bit more like a normal cereal
I
you've
want to
had,
eat the cinnamon one dry.
but strawberry's better with milk. It's still pretty good.
You know what?
I don't know.
I don't want this.
Too much strawberry for you?
I don't want it.
Is that a no?
Yeah, like in fact, I'm just gonna say right now, I don't want either one of these.
You're done, you're done with both of them?
No, I'm out. I don't
All
like
right,
it.
what do you guys say? Yay, nay?
Overall,
Strawberry.
Strawberry?
if we had to pick, definitely not strawberry. I'm gonna go
Absolutely
brown sugar.
strawberry.
We are
Yeah.
a divided band.
The first time I smelled it, I wanted it.
You want the strawberry one? I think
So-
we might have an extra box if you want to take that one home with you. We'll send it with you.
Awful. terrible, horrible, pathetic. Someone grab me a thesaurus. I'm gonna need more words to describe how bad these guys are. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
We're hanging with Truslow.
Michaela says hello, says thanks for making great music and excited to hear you guys back on Radio U.
Michaela, we love you.
So, more importantly than Michaela or the band.
I mean, I wanted to talk music. We talked about the show, but it seems like it's just going to be cereal.
Well, we can get to the music, but what'd you think, guys?
Are we talking about the newest addition to the taste test?
Off air, we had s'more cereal.
It's the Honey Maid s'more cereal.
Yes.
Oh.
And this is something that Obi's been talking about the last couple of weeks.
It's so
he actually
good.
gave me the bag of it because he couldn't handle it anymore and he wanted me to throw it away. So
I couldn't
it's been
stop eating
something
it.
he loves it.
I couldn't stop eating it.
We can't stop eating it either.
I know. So
It
now it's-
reunified us as a band. Where what would we say? Pop-Tarts divided us. The
Yeah.
s'more cereal brought us back together.
Awesome.
well, I'm worried
what we
because I
do.
don't want it to be a problem. And next time you come in, you guys are like, "Where's the cereal at?"
It's the roller coaster ride of being a band, though. It's
True,
great.
true.
Man, you guys come in next time and you're like, do you have any larger chairs? These are
Yeah.
a little uncomfortable.
We need some more milk. We need everything.
So let's talk band stuff, guys. Like, you have been musically quiet for the last couple of years. What are you doing? Like, you're doing a show? You got new music? What's happening?
Yeah, well, we actually recently, me and Sean just had this conversation, but now I'm having it with Sam and Andrew because they're sitting right next
Thanks.
to me.
I appreciate that.
We just decided that we have to release some new tunes. So we've got
It's time.
I've got probably 8 written, and
Okay.
I've got 2 or 3 halfway produced that I'm kind of chipping away at. I just finished an album this past year. And so, not Truslow related, just another project I was working on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what took up a lot of my time. But I am so ready to release some new Truslow tunes.
Well, I saw you. This has been literally like 2 years ago. I was at a show that you guys had done, and we were talking about Truslow music, and you were like, oh, yeah, I'm working on some new stuff. I've got some whatever. And, of course, that didn't happen. So is this the stuff that
This
you were
is
working
real.
on then,
I mean,
or is it
there
all
are
new?
files.
Or?
There are files laid down right now. There are songs half produced, so they have to get done. I'm committing right now on air in my Radio U audience.
I'm just glad that I finally know what's going on.
Yeah, I know. Poor Sam over here.
If you need to take the inspiration with you, you can take the box of the
That's right.
s'more cereal if you would
I
like.
have a lot of high energy songs.
Yes,
coming up.
and like you could have it done this weekend if you really, really worked hard.
So Truslow is going to be playing February 28th.
Yes, for Radio U Ohio. That'll be in Columbus, and the information is at radiou.com on our website. Just go to the Ohio section, and you'll find it there.
Okay, and then you guys are someday, you're working on new music.
Committed
Some
here.
of it's half produced, but probably someday we'll hear it.
That's right.
Yes!
Ask him.
There it is. That's a commitment, everybody.
I feel like it
That
is.
is a commitment.
I feel like that all was a yes right now.
It
We're
was a
doing
big
it.
one. It was a big one. We've got it.
We got it nailed down.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming in.
We're very excited to hear the new stuff. And, of course, we always love all the Truslow stuff.
Anything else that we need to know before we close the cereal boxes?
S'mores win.
Okay. You know what? I feel like that's
Good way to
something that
end,
we can
right?
all
That's
agree
good.
on. So, well, guys, thank you so much for coming in and being a part of the show, and looking forward to hearing some more Truslow.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media
You want to sample 'em? A little try before you buy, huh?
through riot.radiou.com.
I got a shot in the nugget bucket.